How did the episode? Yeah, okay. Weiss. Oh, theories behind why Weiss was in her normal clothes, which Mega didn't notice until after.
Well, I mean, I noticed that she was in her normal clothes, but it didn't occur to me that no one else was. And actually, it makes sense. I mean, you would think if the teachers are going to make them fight some, rabbit animal, that you'd think they would at least be kind enough to let them change into their, quote unquote, battle gear. So, I mean, thinking about it, it's not that strange. It's just the fact that it's like, I didn't register that, oh, hey, she's the only one who's changed. Like, I don't know why.
So you mean
all of a sudden it hit me.
So you mean like changing out of their uniform, which is essentially, a skirt, into their battle clothes, which is essentially a skirt.
Yeah, but see, it counts as battle clothes, so it actually gives I don't know, battle in the name. So
it's the heels.
It's more protection.
It's because she has heels in her normal outfit.
That's my theory, at least.
Oh yeah, I agree, and a couple other people on TA would agree with you there that he would let her go change and grab Merton Astor and stuff.
I think you should vocalize that. This is how this works. We're recording audio, not video.
Oh yes, you two are talking. The confesses her love was actually crossed out, but that is what Reddit said. It says so Weiss shows up in their dorm in the middle of the night, fully clothed, confesses her love / talks to RWBY for a minute, then leaves.
Sounds legit.
Where was she and where is she going?
Well, no, yeah, I was gonna bring that up, but I was gonna go through the episode, but I mean, we can talk about that now if if we have theories on that. I honestly was too distracted by what happened to formulate theories, but
that was the most WTF part that I saw in that episode. Personally, I was actually wondering where the hell she was going because everybody else was in bed at that point.
No, yeah,
sleeping.
Yeah, I agree. It was strange. It's like, but then I sort of thought maybe since she's Weiss and the study bug, she would be going to I don't know, the library, or even for a self-training kind of thing or something.
Yeah, that's what I figured, that she was sort of, the implication was that, Ozpin's taught with RWBY sort of inspired RWBY to, into her own study session, and same with Weiss and Professor Griswold, to, that sort of inspired her to maybe not even train per se, but just have alone time to think and sort of consider what he said about her sort of being the spoiled princess.
Yeah, it's apparently Professor Port, isn't it? Professor Griswold. We've decided.
Oh yeah, Port, that's his name. Griswold's so much easier to remember.
I just call him Mustache. Seriously?
Professor Pringles.
But God, I want one of Blake's flags. Seriously, it's like we all know what Blake was doing during class. Now it's like hiding under the desk, making a tiny flag.
Well,
should draw that.
Somebody actually commented that Blake had only one line, but it was the best line of the episode. And then,
fight well. And, it is not fair how Blake, another example would be that. I think it was episode 6 or something, where all she does is smirk, but it was the fucking highlight of the fucking episode. Honestly, what the hell?
I kind of agree that with another commenter saying they need to focus on Blake for an episode or something.
I think the internet would die if that happened.
Yeah.
But less of an episode 10 thing and more of a RWBY overall. It's been stated multiple times that Blake and Yang need more screen time and characterization. So far, it's all about RWBY and Weiss.
As much as I love RWBY and Weiss, together or separate, mostly together, but that's beside the point. I think that focusing on Blake and Yang would actually be more dangerous for me. It's like honest. I don't know what it is. Like those two. Like I mean, considering how hard I have been, messing around with them in like four comas and drawing, and it hasn't been focusing on them. Like, could you imagine what would happen if they did? I'd just be like, it would be like not even. I think my brain would like shut down or something.
It would be amazing.
And like if you look at the amount of someone actually posted this on Tumblr, I think, about how like the different ships have been getting different kinds of attention. Like for example, Ruby and Weiss and Pink or White Rose or whatever have like gotten loads and loads of fan art, but like it's like mostly fluff and like decent amount of fanfics, also mostly fluff. But it's like Bumblebee has gotten like decent amount of art, both fluff and heavier stuff, and like the number of fanfics Bumblebee has is like it's not balanced in terms of the amount of screen time they've had compared to like Ruby and Weiss. So I can't even this is why it wouldn't be good if they actually focus on them, because then I wouldn't be able to speak at all. There would just be no speaking from me, just like and drool. You would find out what drooling sounds like.
I just think they're waiting. I mean, they're just sort of setting things up, and just think of it in terms of mini arcs. Although,
oh yeah,
if you go with the idea that she is a fauna, like it feels like her arc will actually be first, because what it seems like is going to happen. But I mean, I suppose it could go either way depending on what Torchwick is actually going to do.
Damn, you said Torchwick and not Torchpin.
I had to think about it first before I started talking. Another thing that I've noticed.
Ow,
I haven't
cat
looked up
claws
the
in my
lyrics.
butt.
What?
Oh shit! Sorry.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Well, I can't. My TeamSpeak's still doing the thing where when someone else talks, and if I'm talking, it minimizes their volume, and I have not been able to figure out what is doing that. So I don't know. Anyway, I haven't looked up the lyrics of the song, but this will be the day. There's a line that I'm fairly certain is victory will be in a sinful soul. It may not say that. I mean, I'm not good with lyrics, but if that's true, that has a very not good implication from my guess.
I think the correct lyrics are victory is in a simple soul.
Okay, that would be a lot better.
I was reading another comment that somebody made that said, "Where the hell did Weiss get that coffee?"
She has someone actually commented on my DA page that where did she get the coffee, and my theory is that she had an espresso machine in one of her suitcases.
Yeah, that would actually make total sense.
Well, that does make sense. I prefer somebody else's comment to that. Ozpin, he's the local coffee dealer.
Probably is, seriously. Still disappointed. Yeah.
Of course, somebody had to comment on that one. Are you suggesting that Ozpin lurks under beds and hands out cups of coffee in the middle of the night?
Yes.
Everybody's like, yes. Are you suggesting he doesn't?
Yeah, it looks like the actual lyric is victory is in a simple soul. So that's good, I think, hopefully.
There have been a lot of discussions about the lyrics of, not just the opening song, but the other ones as well. But I should probably read up on some of them for discussion purposes, but a lot of the stuff they've been talking about has been pretty sort of related to death and like which character is going to die at the end or something like this, and it's kind of like, I don't want any of them to die.
Yeah. Although Blake's trailer song fits very well with her being a fauna, if you consider the lyrics about, born into subjugation and, ruthless human rule and all that.
Yeah.
But she still doesn't, like, I don't know, it's still hard to tell, like, her personality, because
I know.
At first she seemed really quiet, and then there was the episode where she jumped into the crazy pool and
She's still in the crazy pool. I mean,
well, I never
yes,
said she got out of the crazy pool.
it was like a Sims thing where, like, you put her in the pool and you take the stepladder out.
Oh God.
Although, in the later Sim games, they can just get out now. They don't need the stepladder. Sorry, get off topic. But no, I mean, yeah, I realize that it's adorable as hell, and it's not like I hate the fact that she's a little bit, she has a lighter side to her personality, but it doesn't seem. I mean, in terms of the rest of her team, even like just the balance has kind of gone wonky. I think because we have RWBY, who is the Moe Blob. That's the correct term, right? Moe Blob, yeah. And who's all like Genki and blah blah blah. And then we have Yang, who in a different way is just as sort of happy-go-lucky kind of thing. And even knowing like pretty much as little about her as Blake, you can tell like it's just part of her personality. She has the bubbly personality. She has the sunny I'm not punning today. but and then Weiss, Weiss is sort of the angry, like bitchy character. And it just seems odd that they would have Blake be yet another silly, character and not sort of how do you say, the voice of reason as I thought that she would be. Weiss occasionally acts as such, but even then she can get kind of crazy with her, Sun side and stuff. So I just feel like the balance is a little bit off if they leave Blake as acting as the sort of third part of the dorky trio.
I actually, I don't really want to read any more sort of fan fictions or any more sort of thoughts or conjecture on Blake, because I have a feeling it's not going to live up to the picture I'm getting in my head. It's not going to live up to what's on screen, and not even necessarily in a bad way, but I just don't want to. Like, I'm noticing I'm getting this very ingrained sort of headcanon notion of her, and it just seems every episode is more and more wronger.
Well, what's your headcanon like? Wronger.
Well, it's basically like what you were just saying, it's like I kind of expect her to be this sort of serious, quiet, observant character, and it doesn't seem that's necessarily going to be the case. But then I think about sort of, oh man, I can't even remember the name of it. I was about to mention it. The anime with Coco and Yona. Jormungand, yeah, where Yona started off that way, and then sort of somewhat became a little bit more lively. Except this is almost the reverse of that. But then I think about how Monty stated that like the trailers are sort of kind of independent of the anime. Can I call it anime, cartoon? I'm not sure what I'll be flayed alive for or not. But
yeah, it's kind of a
anime.
Yeah.
But like he seems to like you mentioned on the RTX panel or something like that, how he was watching, just started watching VV Dread. Like somehow I get the feeling that he's going to play off of sort of the typical, not necessarily do like sort of a Madoka deconstructing of the series, but I think he might play off the expectation of the trailer showing Adam and her and sort of everything that happened there, and go the complete opposite direction just because no one would see it coming, type of thing.
Well, so far, although it has been sort of coming back around with Weiss, he totally shattered everybody's expectation there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like massively like whoa.
I remember your and I reaction at the first couple episodes were just like, no.
Yeah, it was something. I mean, I like her. I like how she's developed so far. But yeah, I mean, the first few episodes kind of like It's kind of like the same thing that's going on with Blake now, I guess. Like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all of Weiss's complaining and stuff, to me it still feels like she is the least experienced of everyone there next to John, and that's what it just feels like. I mean, she's the one who's been tossed around the most, and like you haven't seen a whole lot come from her as far as fighting wise. I mean,
I would agree. Um,
somebody even went so far as to say that she has the stamina of an obese 10-year-old.
Well, that's an interesting analogy.
yeah, considering she's like the smallest, like I think she has even a smaller build than Ruby.
We're comparing her to like clothy mages and stuff, you know? Like she
Well,
needs to be in the back while everyone else is up front.
no, if you consider like the abilities the abilities she's shown so far, a lot of them are. I mean, because she has like this heavy sort of reliance on manipulating dust in a way that because I think so far she's the only one that's been shown to use like magic circle. I don't know if I should use the word magic because I've read somewhere that using magic in Ruby is kind of like the same as calling it an anime.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, but screw it. I'm a rebel. I'm gonna use magic. Using magic circles, and while she does have a rapier, which is a melee weapon, it also, I assume, because assuming is fun, that it's sort of a focus for her dust manipulation, and a lot of the things that she does not involve her sort of physically using. I mean, she's more of, how do you say, like support or something. I don't.
Well, I think Ichi half hit the nail on the head, so to speak. Like, I would agree that she resembles sort of a mage Clothy, because that's like, you were just saying, Nixie, I agree. She does appear to be sort of the not frontline character. Now, saying she's at least experienced, I think is inaccurate. I would say, like, if I had to sorry, what?
No, go ahead. Sorry. I'll go after you.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, like, I see how people would think that she's inexperienced, but I would see it more as just like she's always, if you go by her being sort of the spoiled princess, like she's just been trained, by herself in sort of a sterile environment versus training in the field, type of thing. Like, I wouldn't say she's not the most experienced, but she's used to being sort of by herself in a more controlled setting versus, running around out in the field, worrying about a teammate or teammates type of thing. Yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I forgot.
No.
It was probably along the same lines, actually. Oh, regarding your comments in your last discussion in the last discussion about Professor Port. God damn you, Professor Port being sort of shady. Is it still your opinion? Like, after seeing episode 10?
During the episode, I thought, well, he seems to be redeeming himself. But I don't know. Between Madoka and all the recent sort of deconstructing and suffering series that have been going on, I'm still hesitant to say, oh yeah, no, he's a good guy. It's fine. I don't know. I'm still prepping myself for horribleness.
Yeah. There's been a lot of talk about what exactly Ozpin meant when he said he made more mistakes than any man, woman, child in the world. Although there have been people that are saying oh, that just makes him human, kind of thing.
That comment actually kind of scared me. I was like,
really?
Wait a minute, is this really going to It sounds like this is really going to affect the series, It's just the feel that I got from it. Like the whole making mistakes part. Like it's just gonna come back to bite him in the ass or something.
No, yeah, I agree. I can see something happening down the road that's kind of gonna suck hard.
Well, going by I've been thinking about this since we watched the episode earlier, going by what we know of the setting. I can draw a few theories from him saying that and the setting, and one is like the most blatantly obvious one is something to do with the fauna. He was responsible for making them look bad or creating them or somehow sort of putting them in the sort of second class citizenship that they're in. But on the other hand, it seems to be a long standing problem, not something that would happen in a lifetime, which then would mean the next obvious thing would be something to do with the dust. He was somehow something to do with an accident involving dust, maybe, or something like that. But then so far we don't see any direct correlation between him and anything to do with dust, which then leads me to he maybe just got a bunch of people killed. Like he just made a bad call and a bunch of people died because of it. Like that would be sort of most likely given sort of what we know of the setting, but it's really just all sort of guesswork and conjecture, and it could go any which way. But Frosty did mention last discussion about how there's a relation between him and Torchwick, and I wouldn't be surprised if that still stood, and that's what's driving Torchwick to do whatever it is that he's going to do.
Yeah.
Also, a quick note: I bet Fire Lady's a fauna. Just throwing it out there.
People have mentioned how actually she's related to Blake somehow. I don't remember exactly
I
how.
had a feeling on that as well.
Really? Like
Yeah,
how so?
I don't know. It just seemed like almost like she was blood related, just from her abilities and the way Blake does her little Super Saiyan transformation thing, and
Wait.
or yeah, Yang.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Well,
Golf clap, Ichi. Fucking golf clap.
I'm really confused now.
Yeah, my
What the hell just happened?
I guess he just got on the Torchpin trolley, it seems. I don't think they're related. I think the powers. She seems to have the red-haired fire lady seems to have more of Weiss's style of combat or magic. Don't flame me alive. Whereas Yang is definitely sort of in the physical, up front, smash your face in sort of
Well, I could see similar. Well, I mean, the whole fire thing, kind of. Yeah, they have that going for them. I mean, between Fire Lady and Yang, but I could actually see some weird connection between Fire Lady and Blake more than I could with Yang, despite the fact that they share the same element and have like a. I'm still kind of boggled. Sorry.
Yeah, no, some kind of, like I said, I bet she's a fauna, and I could see her being somehow Blake's cousin or mentor's daughter or something like that. But she seems a good deal older than Blake and any of the sort of main four. So,
well, like some people have said, and I might have been on the wiki. I don't really read the wiki, but like. I don't remember if they said that it was canon or not, but I've read about it a lot, that supposedly Adam is Blake's mentor or something. And like on the topic of Adam, there have been sort of people posting screenshots with like on his head, like sort of kind of meshes in with his hair, but he actually has like horns or some kind of weird things sticking out of his head, which implies he's also a fauna of some sort. But I mean, I don't know exactly. I still haven't given a lot of thought to Adam, to be honest, because I'm still pissed at him from Blake's trailer.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's, as far as Adam's impact on the RWBYverse, I don't think you can really say much, because Monty said the trailers are sort of an independent thing. Like, maybe stuff will transfer over, maybe it won't, but like until we actually see Adam in the series, like I'm not gonna put anything really on Adam as far like other than his physical characteristics. But his weapon, he seemed to just use, if memory serves me, he just used a single katana.
Yeah, but it was a shotgun katana.
Well, okay, yeah, the shotgun katana, well, good and fine, but when you pair that against Blake's weaponry, like, it doesn't. That's a big difference to sort of be a mentor. But I mean, I suppose that doesn't necessarily mean it can't happen either. But
Well, hey. Remember, he took out a fucking giant spider tank just by like one slash somehow.
Blake weakened it.
What?
Blake weakened it.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, no, the fact that he was so prominent in her trailer versus the other three would make me suspect that he is going to have some greater significance at some point for some reason. I wouldn't be surprised if he was related to Fire Lady. See, that's what I don't. It goes back to Blake. Like, I don't get if she is a fauna and if she did escape or run away to disguise herself as a full human. Like, she seems awfully chipper for, having to have dealt with such repression for 16, 18 years of her life.
17.
That's the average of the two numbers I stated. So, haha.
What did he link?
He has to leave. We can always wrap it up here and start again another time if we need to.
Yeah, I think I will have more than enough to do with what we have so far. Like, listening to you guys, seriously, I'm kind of like, oh god, this is gonna be such a pain in the ass to like sub.
I thought about that after I did that long, like, 3-tiered spiel about Ozpin, and it's like, oh god, I'm sorry, VnixxiR.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess we should probably stop here then. We could always have like a part 2 sometime.
Yeah, people need to leave, so.
I don't know whether I should smack you or like thank you.
Yes. Oh, yes. Remember,
Right.
Nixie, it's not which one, it's how many. This applies to all the situations in life, apparently.
Alright, let me see if I can find the stop button.